income, what we have earned this week, and how long did we stay online, and what's the difference from this week and the other week that I've shown you back in the past. So this week I completed 95 rides out of 158, quite a big number, and last week it was 85. And that's why I've always told you that it is not the same. Things don't work the same. Sometimes the earnings might be the same, but rides are too many. So on this week I went 71 hours, while the last week I went 69 hours. That is 36 minutes, almost the same, but there is a difference. Also, let's go to the earnings. Now, to the earnings, this week we worked for 46K in total, 46K 450. In-app payments, I think I've told you these are rides that were paid through the app or even clients who pay before. Cash payments was 40. In-app payment 950, and toll fee, parking fee, and all that was around 810. Passenger cash passengers cash is 4,350. Promotion. These are promotion, passenger cash promotion. Deductions. Now what we paid Bolt is 9,500. Now taxes was 1,300. That's what we paid in when it comes to tax. And now our total comes to 36,920. So the difference between this week and last week we completed few rides. And this week also we completed more rides, and last week we were online for few hours. These are some of the things you can see, the changes. And also remember, this week the rides were a bit cheap. That's why I had too much rides, because I completed about 95, while last week I completed 85. That means most of the rides this week were short distance rides. Now let's go to earnings, and also I want to explain to you how this affect your earnings. Remember, a day like Sunday I completed 21 rides. That was the highest, while the last week I completed 17. So the numbers are very high this week, and even after doing that, the commission was almost the same. The commission for this week, what we paid in commission, were almost the same. Our commission what we paid in commission were almost the same, but the earnings this week were very low. This week's earnings were very low. It was 36, commission at 9,500, while last week we were, last week we were at 9,700. So this week we have earned less. I can assure you, I'm very sure I earned less on this week, because they were short distance ride. Most of the rides were 200 to 30, mostly from Wednesday, Thursday, even to Friday. So what I can say about this week, the rides were short distance and they were time consuming compared to last week. Last week I did most of the rides were always on the highway and also long distance. Long distance rides always give you money faster, and also at some point you arrive to your destination very fast, so you complete a ride very fast. That's the difference when it comes to short distance and long distance. Also, long distance rides, most of them are always on the highway. So if you look at this week, we earned less, we spend more hours online, and also the commission, the difference between last week commission is just around 200, 300, but our earning is low. Also remember, this week we spent a bit less. I think on fuels, I don't think there were serious difference. They were almost the same, but our earnings were less because of time. The rides this week were time consuming. I think if I can take you back to rides about, some rides about, like when was this is 22nd. I want rides from maybe, and I cancelled a lot. You cannot complete all the rides on these apps. So look at this week. This week were 250, 280, and that is, you have not subtract the commission. So look at that, to 20, 360, to 20. Look at that. So most of our rides, 760, just like that. So most of the rides were short distance rides. That's why this week we spent a lot on fuel, but also we spent almost the same on commission, but our earnings are not the same. The earnings is almost the same when it comes to total, but fuel we consumed more. So these are some of the things. This is why some of the drivers will not accept short rides. And if they accept, they will try to accept as few as possible. Also, it forces you to cancel a lot of rides. And that one, as always, you know, it will cost you when it comes to score. And all in all, this is what we earned this week. So out of this money, let me give you a clear calculation of what I think was remaining for us. So out of this money, you will calculate 36,000 in total. Here is 36,000 what we earned after commission and everything, tax, everything, 36,000. Out of this 36,000, fuel, what we fueled was around 14,000. Remember, fuel always take a bigger chunk of your earnings. It is common. Hiyo hata inisumbui, hata niko sure. And also this week we had a lot of repairs, punctures and all that because it's raining. So if you are someone who have been using cars, you know how tubeless works when it's raining. But those are common things. So, but now remove 14,000, you remain with around 22,000. 22,000 give the car owner about 10,000. You remain with 10. So that 10 is enough for you at home. So that tells you if you are driving someone's car this week, the business is low, because home you will spend maybe 5 to 7K. That means you will take home 5K. So these sometimes make it look like you are working for the car owner, but you have to push yourself. You have to work hard. Hello guys, please subscribe to our channel, give us a like. I always post such videos almost every day, and if not every day, every 2 days. I always post such videos. Give us a like, leave us a comment, and also tell us what you think, what you expect from us. Thank you.